Mr. and Mrs. McPherson had no reservations about Micah going on a hike. He knew the Stony Creek area very well. He had only heard of the Indian burial grounds a few weeks before, but they understood his desire to...
What kind of book is that? A travel book?
No, it is a book of unsolved mysteries.
What's so mysterious about a kid going on a hike?
He never came back. What is interesting is that they were at Stony Creek. That's where we go camping every year.
That's interesting. Let's play.
Now wait a minute, this happened in 1937. They never had a clue about what happened to Micah. Is that all, Karen? No, that's not all. It says that those particular Indian burial grounds were defiled in 1972. A lot of Indian artifacts were taken. The Army Corps of Engineers found it ransacked on September 14, 1972. The authorities believe Micah McPherson vandalized the burial grounds.
Okay, that happened to him a long time ago, and the man is probably dead by now.
Well, it was just interesting.
Hey, Grandma.
What's this?
What time is it, Kathy?
It looks like a page out of a journal.
Let me see it. Monday, May 31st, 1937. I told Mom and Dad that I was going for a walk. I wanted to find the Indian burial grounds that I had read about. Tuesday, June 1st. Had a bad night. Couldn't find my way back to my parents before it got dark, so I had to sleep in the forest without being in a tent.
That must have been written by Micah McPherson.
Yeah, but how did it get into the book?
Scoop's grandpa found it at Stony Creek.
What makes you say that?
It doesn't matter, she's always right. That's why we call her Uncanny Annie.
Hey, we're gonna be at Stony Creek tomorrow. Wouldn't it be cool if we found the rest of Micah McPherson's journal?
Yeah, that would be neat, but it's a long shot.
Okay.
Remember when we found that rock we rode on in 2012? Yeah, we found it 2 years later, but we couldn't find it again the next year.
Hey guys, let's go look for another part of Micah McPherson's journal.
Oh, hello! I'm out of water. I've been out for like 30 minutes. Can I have some of yours?
You can have some of mine.
Thank you.
What's your name?
My name is Elizabeth Barrett Greening. I thought you were going to say Elizabeth Barrett Browning. No, but I'm a poet like her. Would you like to hear one of my poems?
Sure.
When all of life is whirling about and the season of summer is up, I think of fishing in streams for trout and tasting the cooked morsels when I sup. Wow, well, that was, well, you sure made it rhyme well. Thank you. Thank you for the water. Well, I better be on my way.
Well, we better go back to camp.
That was a worthless trip.
I don't know. We met a poet while we were gone.
Some poet. I didn't understand anything she said.
Let's look at McPherson's first journal entry to see if there's something that'll help us.
Hey, let's go get it and read it again.
Hey, look at this. Somebody found the rock.
Who found it?
But who found it?
That's not important right now. What does the first journal entry say?
It says that he went to find an Indian burial grounds. If we knew where they were, we should go in that direction.
That sounds like a good plan. Let's go right after lunch.
Guys, wait! My shoelace broke. I have to retie it. You guys go on.
Wait, this way.
I have another poem. Would you like to hear it?
Will we?
I wonder that forever is not an end in itself, for there is no one there to communicate. In every thought that comes to us, we find the means to procrastinate.
Hey, I found a bottle with a note in it.
Friday, June 4th. I have lost my way. The trees are too thick for me to watch the path of the sun for any beneficial length. I cannot see the stars at night. If anyone by chance happens to find this note, please find me. I have traveled from this tree directly from it in the direction of the bottle is pointing. I see the creek in the distance about a quarter mile. I will go to that point and wait for help. Let's go to the creek.
Wait, Rosie hasn't caught up with us yet. She's been gone an awfully long time.
She's okay. She's back at camp.
Rosie? Rosie, wake up. Wake up. What happened?
I don't know. I remember trying to catch up, but I slipped and fell. That's all I remember.
You must have still been in a daze when you came back.
Ow! I hurt my knee.
Rosie, did you bring your first aid kit?
Oh man, I forgot it this time. Hey, what's this? It's a package of Band-Aids.
How did they get there? And remember the rock? How did that get to the campsite? And how did Rosie get back to camp?
There are Indian stories about forest brownies who helped people. The Indians call them sagebrush babies.
That's nonsense. There's no such thing as sagebrush babies.
Don't know. There are lots of stories of the forest that don't make sense.
Yeah, remember when people thought that the General Grant tree was missing?
Yeah, but we found it.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, but I know sagebrush babies did not put Band-Aids here.
I don't know, but there are strange things happening all over the world.
These strange things have been happening since we met Elizabeth Graney. Maybe.
Wait a minute, forgetting about Kitten.
All right, let's get back to McPherson's journal. I'm going back to the creek to look for more parts.
Okay, but there are a lot of places to look. Make sure you look in every nook and cranny.
Somebody say Nook?
Did somebody say Granny?
Well, what do you know? It's the wise woman of the woods, Nook and Granny.
Now I can play.
We thought we heard a need for help. Yes, we were eavesdropping at the McPherson tree.
The McPherson tree?
Yes, that's where you found the bottle with part of his journal in it. We just call it the McPherson tree because he put the bottle in it.
Have you seen any other parts of the journal?
Yes, we found some here and there, but they don't make any difference to us.
No, not to us, but you might like to read them.
We can tell you where some of them are.
Oh, good. Where are they?
You go over to the big creek and go to the big rocks just below the waterfall.
Hey guys, I found a piece.
What's it say?
I can't read.
I waited at the tree as long as I could. Now I have waited at the creek for several months. I have lived on berries and squirrels. I must wait until next year to gather pine nuts for food. I fell sick today. The only thing I can think of is the water in the creek has become undrinkable. I was sick for 2 weeks. I have given up hope that I will be found.
Every time you read something about what Micah McPherson was doing, I picture two people, and one of them is a girl.
I do too.
Me too. You've watched too many movies.
Hey guys, look what I found.
I think I am about 20 years old. I have been in the woods for 7 years. I have not tried to get out of the mountains. I like it here. Plenty of edible plants like thimbleberries, pine nuts, dandelions, and clover. I have also made Indian bows and arrows. I killed a rabbit that I skinned and cooked. Funny, it tasted like chicken. I have decided to continue looking for the burial grounds. There are plenty of things to eat, like wild onions and skunk cabbage. As long as I stay close to Stony Creek, I will have plenty of good water.
I have come to the conclusion that the mountains are where I want to stay. This will be my 45th year in the mountains.
Wow, either he decided not to write for many years, or we missed a lot of pieces of bark in between.
I know how to live in all sorts of weather. The deer and bear that I have trapped have made wonderful coats to keep us warm.
Wait a minute, did that say us? It sounded like you said to keep us warm.
Wonderful coats to keep us warm.
Maybe he married an Indian girl.
There are no more Indians in the mountains.
No, it's his sister.
What makes you say that, Annie?
She looks like Micah.
I still haven't found the burial grounds.
Hey, listen to this. I heard some campers in the campground saying today is the 13th day of September, 1972. On my trek to the burial grounds, I knew I could get there in less than 2 days. The rain, however, today prevented me from proceeding up the creek. I will need to wait until the rain lets up.
That means McPherson never even saw the burial grounds until after the Corps of Engineers found it had been vandalized.
Yes, the burial grounds were disturbed even before McPherson was even close.
I wonder why he wasn't rescued by the soldiers.
Nobody knows about this but us. We will have to take these journal pieces to the Bureau of Indian Affairs so it can clear McPherson's name.
Hello, I have another poem.
Oh, great. Oh, great!
Once the world has all been had, only the good will outlast the bad. Our trouble may all be gone, but our lives will be the things that we like the best.
You'd better look for a new occupation.
You don't like my poetry?
It makes no sense.
No, it doesn't.
I like it.
Well, just tell it to her if she likes it.
Yes, we've had enough.
Well, we better go back to camp.
Hey guys, look at this!
Hello? Is anyone there?
Hello, I am Micah McPherson.
What, you're still alive?
Oh yes, the mountains are very livable. I've been here nigh on 80 years. When there are no people here, it is very quiet and peaceable.
Micah, what's going on out there? Are you talking to yourself again?
Who is this? Oh, this is my sister Sue.
Now that's uncanny.
That's our Annie.
You've been together all this time? Why, yes.
We don't get much news from the outside. Tell me, has the United States put a man on the moon? Did the actor Ronald Reagan become President of the United States? I remember seeing him in a movie in 1937.
We found you by following your journal entries all over the forest.
No, I found you.
What do you mean? Just a few minutes ago we walked up to your cave.
Do you remember finding your rock?
Yes?
I put it there. Do you remember finding the bandages? Yes. I put them there. Do you remember?
So that's how Rosie got back to camp. You were watching us all along. So much for sagebrush babies.
You haven't been lost all these years. You've been hiding. We haven't been hiding. We have no reason to hide.
No one to hide from. Except maybe that crazy poet. Or those old women.
But everyone thinks you tore up the old Indian grounds.
We found the burial grounds torn up. We had nothing to do with it.
No, we didn't, and we were together all the time.
We know. We found your journal entry that proves the burial grounds were destroyed before you even got there.
So why did you make yourself known to the Army Corps of Engineers?
Well, it could have been when we wanted to get out of the rain. I knew there was a cove behind the waterfall in the creek. So we crawled behind it and we couldn't hear anything besides the waterfall.
No, we couldn't even hear the rain.
We're gonna tell the Bureau of Indian Affairs so that your name can be cleared and you can come back to civilization.
We don't want civilization.
Micah.
We like it here in the forest.
Mike.
What, Sue?
I think I want to go back.
What? Why?
I'm not gonna last long. I want to be around other people when the time comes.
I'm 95 years old, and I'm not going to last forever.
Micah, please.
Okay, you go. But I'm going to stay. Goodbye, Sue.
Goodbye, Micah.